Say my name. Say it. Say it like you know my sin. Woke up to a world gone black. Every eye on my back. Every voice speaks in code, like they know what I don't. Hands clean but they don't care. Truth dies in the air. I can feel it closing in like a sickness on my skin. They don't want truth, they want a fake, something easy they can replace. I feel it crawling under my skin. Tell me, where do I begin? Play devil's advocate for me now. Break their story, show me how. If I'm wrong, then let me see. But no one stands, no one speaks. Say my name like I'm the curse. Say it loud, make it worse. If I'm the monster they believe, then I'll be what they need. Every whisper feeds the flame. Every shadow knows my name. I don't recognize that man, but they swear I am what I am. Walls talk when I'm alone. Truth cracks in the tone. Every doubt starts to fade. Every lie feels like fate. No one's coming, no one fights, no one questions wrong or right. If I scream, it feeds the sound of a king without a crown. Play devil's advocate for me now. Tear it open, break it down. If there's truth, let it breathe, or just bury it with me. Say my name like I'm the curse. Drag me deep or make it worse. If I'm the monster they believe, then I'll be what they need. Say it, say it, say it again. Say it, say it, say it again. You want a villain, I can feel it. You need a reason, I'll be coming. You built the cage, I'm living in it. Now watch me wear it like I meant it. Say my name, say my name. Feed the fire, feed the flame. Say my name, say my name. Feed the fire. Don't play devil's advocate for me now. There's no truth left to be found. You made the shape, I'll fit inside. Let it live, let it ride. Say my name like I'm the curse. I am everything you've rehearsed. If I'm the monster that you believe, then I'll be what you need. suffocates, whisper in the hall, where justice wears a mask and truth begins to fall. Every thread they pull, every lie they weave, in the courtroom's dance, who's left to believe? Oh, the devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end. The devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end in sight. A photograph fades where the truth once stood, blurred lines between the bad and the good. The scales they tilt with every silver tongue, while the broken cry for a song unsung. Black robes sway like shadows on the wall, one wrong word and the mighty fall. Who's a sinner? Who's a saint? The jury's out, but the verdict's faint. Oh, the devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end. The devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end in sight.
All righty, everybody. Welcome to another Crimes After Dark. Good to see you tonight. We have bombshell news. You may have heard, by the way, Rex Heuermann in New York is set to plead guilty. It turns out he was in Washington State in 2022 and may have been the murderer of the 1122 King Road resident's house. Of course, this is April 1st, so you don't believe anything that I fucking just said. Welcome to Crimes After Dark. I got my panel backstage ready to go. We have no Logan tonight. We have no JJ tonight, but we do have Dago from True Crime Cafe. We've got Robin. We've got 1-1. We are ready to roll, and it's a great night for you to come up and join us on stage tonight. Just kind of take it easy on April Fools, and don't prank my ass. Don't do what I did. Don't prank my ass when you come up on stage if you come up and join us. So, good to see you all. Let's get this party started. Get this party started. All right, let's get Robin on stage. Robin, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. How was your day
Excellent
today?
song, sir. Excellent song.
Did you? I wasn't sure, like, because I've listened to it so many times today trying to put something together for it. I was like, oh, maybe that song wasn't as good as I thought it was. I thought it was pretty good when I first heard it.
That was excellent. That was excellent. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Really,
I'm glad
really
that you
like
enjoyed
that.
it. I hope other people enjoyed it as well. It was a pretty cool song, and I'm sure we'll get better videos to it in the future, but I enjoyed that a lot.
It's
So,
fun doing that stuff. Yeah.
that was my first attempt at using some of the tools to try to do it myself. I did it all by myself. I'm a big boy now, so I did it all by myself. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have. I know we've got all kinds of songs queued up, and we're going to keep rotating them out. So I do encourage people, by the way, to get here early if you want to see new debuted songs like that, because we'll try to mix it up.
Yeah.
But anything else going special?
No, I've just been working on a couple things like that today, and got some stuff done around the house and whatnot. So, that's always a good feeling when you can do that. So,
yeah.
But I do want to welcome everyone in, and please make sure you like the video, make sure you're subbed to the channel, because we got all kinds of good stuff coming your way. And whether you're here with us live or if you're watching on the replay crew, please comment on the video. It helps out so much, but we're so glad to see everyone.
True. True. It's kind of a laid back night. We're getting kind of like just kind of settled in. And like I said, we got only half of our panel, but that's again a great night for you guys to, if you haven't done it yet, put that link out there, Robin, for people, and maybe put it in the private chat if Dago wants to share it with his side as well. Well, this is a good night to take some callers on the show if you'd like to talk about some things. No real set script. That seems to be our better nights anyway, sometimes when we don't have a set script. So we'll just play it by ear. Let's get Dago on stage with us. Dago, how are you?
Whoa.
Good to see you.
Good evening, and forget about it. Good to see you tonight. How are you?
Good. We were talking backstage. You said you had a really good active day today. So hopefully you have some good conversation tonight as well. Maybe you got all your good conversation out of you already, but hey, I'm ready for some more good conversation.
You just have whatever shit's left in me. That's it. You get the leftovers. All right.
Fair. Anything special to share from today, or any highlights at all, or you just want to get at her?
I mean, nothing that we can't talk about as a panel. It was a great show I had. Yeah, I was actually on Kim's show this morning as well. This is 1, 2, 3 again, third one today. Wow. I don't know why I had to count that, but anyway, and
how many hours are the other lives, by the way? So we always kind of stick to 2. How many hours do you do on those other lives?
3 to 4.
Good Lord.
Maybe, maybe 4 to 5. Sometimes I've done 6, 8, 10. I did a 12-hour one time. Mostly, I don't go that far anymore, but usually max regularly is anywhere between 3 and 5. I'll say that. So
wow.
that's a regular standard show for me. Now Kim's are about 2.5, maybe 3 hours max, depending on what she's talking about. So.
Wow. That's a lot of filming in a day.
I've been doing this for 4, almost 5 years, boss. So it is what it is. I will say I forgot about that. I still feel bad about it. So I did my pre-intro, told everybody, came on, said, hey, this is what we're doing. Great to see you all. Hit the like button, share this out. And then I run my intro video. And then I come back in. I said, I'm glad to see everybody's here joining us today. I had a pretty full house for the most part. And nice. I said, this is going to be my last video on YouTube. I will be leaving YouTube today, and I'm grateful to see you all here and I kept a straight face through the whole thing. There's people that know me well enough. They were like, shut up. Like, it's bullshit, Yeah. And there were some people that actually started to get upset. I'm like, oh my God, I felt horrible. So I was going to run with it all the way. I said, I can't, I can't run, because Kim was going to go along with it too, because she joined me on panel. And I was like, I can't. I felt so bad. I still do, because some people took it to heart and were like really upset about it. I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm not going nowhere. So, but that was the only thing I could think of to do for April Fool's Day. So.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, that whole decision on the Rex Sherman thing was the last second. I hadn't planned to do that. I was like, fuck it, it's April Fool's. I gotta say something.
You did it good though. It came out quick and smooth. So
I did not rehearse that. I was actually going to say the same thing, kind of thing you did. Like, this is our last day on YouTube, and I was like, nah, that's probably too old. I'll try something else. So,
wow, it definitely did not go the way I wanted it. I felt horrible.
That's why people
I still feel bad. I was looking at the comments and I'm going, no, somebody said in tears now and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no.
Oh, well, look at that. How much love you've got on your show. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an amazing thing. Yes. And I said that too. That's why it made me feel so bad, because most of my community they really do love me. I mean, that's facts are facts. And that's as I've said to them many times, it's an amazing feeling to know that, you guys have even seen it here. And I hate talking about it because I don't like tooting my own horn, but like the days that I've missed over here, people are like, where's Dago? As you guys have told me, people are asking left and right for me. And I've been told the same thing. And people come looking for me when I disappear. So, I mean, it's a great feeling. It really is.
That should be a warning to anybody who thinks that they're just going to rub out Dago to stop talking about things, because everybody will notice when he goes missing. So people will be like, hey, wait a minute. Somebody took that guy out.
Right.
Now, one's confusing me, because one just turned off his camera just as I was getting ready to bring him on stage.
No, he's ready. He's ready. I made sure. Yeah.
All right. All right. 1-1. Are you there? You said he was ready.
He said he was.
Whoa.
Maybe this is
What is
maybe
he
this
doing?
is maybe this is
Is
the
this a gag?
something tells me he stepped away from the computer after telling you he was ready. Wait, what if I guess I gotta leave him on there. If we hear something, if we hear him taking a pee in the toilet, we'll shut off the mic immediately and cut that feed, but because that would be embarrassing.
No worries.
Yeah. Like I'm terrified for all of us right now. What could possibly happen? No, honey, I said put the Vaseline back on the light nightstand. Like, who knows what's gonna happen? What? Oh, what? I don't know what the fuck's going on. How you doing, sir?
He got into the cookies again, boss.
That's what it is.
I'm going deep. Forget about it.
You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
All right. How is everyone?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I was getting yelled at by someone on the team backstage. So all good.
Oh, I was gonna say, were you so you weren't drawing wife aggro, you were drawing devil's advocates aggro in the backstage.
Yeah. Yeah.
That happens.
I was getting slapped around. Yes.
Yeah.
He liked it.
People are just trying to protect your privacy and your identity and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's some bullshit, Fizzy. I would have went ape shit. She said her job sent everybody in the company an exit letter with an exit survey. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. That's dangerous.
Yeah, you have to have a sense of humor to work for a place like that.
That is dangerous. You're good for you.
What if somebody like lost their shit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm 2 weeks away from retirement. Fuck all these people. Oh yeah, I should put the parental advisory on this stage, but then I'll have to cover up your face. All right, you should know by now this is not a kids channel. All right.
No.
All right, what do you got? One. You got a monologue for us tonight?
Do I always?
You do always. Let's do it.
No, you don't. You don't always. When you're not here, you don't.
Right. Well, sometimes he sends it.
He did last night.
Yeah,
right? Even when he wasn't here.
True.
Welcome back, sir.
All right. Is it good to be alive in the den on a Wednesday night?
Okay, everybody.
Yes.
Right.
One
Get
time.
fired up.
Fired up.
I love the lights. Juliana, Jackson, my beautiful wife. Love you guys always. 2 images. Same man, months apart. One still looks like a person. The other looks like what's left after something inside him died. So tonight, we're not just asking what happened. We're asking something far more dangerous. Who broke Richard Allen? Was it guilt? Tightening until his own mind collapsed? Or something colder, systematic? Because both sides agree on one thing. He broke. A full collapse. 5 years. Nothing. Then suddenly, a shift. A suspect. A man buried inside the system. Not convicted, not proven. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. And somewhere in that silence, reality began to blur. Sleep disappeared. Food stopped mattering. Thoughts fractured. And then the line broke. Confessions, over and over and over again. But those confessions didn't come from stability. They came from collapse. From a man who didn't know if he was alive or dead or already in hell. Every word recorded, every fracture used. So now we ask, when a mind is breaking, what does a confession even mean? when isolation becomes reality? Where does truth end and survival begin? Did he confess because he was guilty or because he was broken? If a system can push a man past reality, then the most terrifying possibility isn't that he lied, it's that he no longer knew the difference. This is Devil's Advocates. And with that, live from New York, it's Wednesday night.
All righty then, we are off to the races. Yeah, it's unfortunate with the a little bit ago on the Delphi case, I had taken the state's response to the appeal and tried to give their best argument, and it didn't go over great, right? Because people watch our show in particular because they believe in the presumption of innocence until proven guilty, and a lot of people who follow both Dago's channel and mine feel that Richard Allen was probably wrong. Well, not almost probably. A lot of people think absolutely he was wrongfully convicted and tortured essentially to the point that he broke in prison. And so when I gave the prosecution's argument and laid out their best arguments, some people were like, "Oh, DA, you've turned on us. I thought you believed in his innocence." I said, "I never changed on that. I'm just telling you what their best argument was." So today, I thought I'd redeem myself by going back to the defense's argument, explaining why I think it's a better argument, and like nobody saw it. Like nobody even clicked on the thing. It was like it was dead on arrival. So forget me if I can figure out YouTube. YouTube is like a monster that I have not figured out. You put out a video, you think this is going to be it. This is going to be a really good video. People are going to appreciate it. Everybody's going to see that I did not change my opinion, and nobody watched it.
It's not. YouTube is not what you think it should be. I've learned that the hard way.
Yeah, it's a tricky business. And again, it's like, the hard part, I'm sure you struggle with this as well, because I think you're an integrity kind of guy like me as well. You don't want to do shit for clickbait. So you're constantly trying to ride that area of how do I get people to watch what I'm putting out, because I think it's good content, without clickbaiting them. And so you have to deliver on what the whole, it's a mess. It's hard to do that. And then try to do that every day. Like that's hard.
I have had, I don't know how many meetings with my moderators when we're in, and Mikey, my manager, and he's the production manager. Mama Bear is the channel manager. We've all had these conversations, okay? And some of my mods, they're in here. They can tell you that I very easily could wake up tomorrow morning and decide to start running drama and do other things that would draw the attention, and I would probably have, be it 500,000 subscribers. And I'm probably overselling it, but you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Within the next month, because that's the direction anybody can go.
Right.
I can't do it. I can't, I couldn't do it because I'm so, it's not even integrity. Yeah. But it's like, I'm trying to find truth here myself. So if I'm looking for truth, why am I going to send you guys in another direction just for entertainment purposes?
Right.
This is not supposed to be entertaining per se, because it's about death and crime and stuff like that, sadly. But that's why we do certain things during our shows. Like I have, obviously everybody knows I have a sense of humor, because you have to lighten the load sometimes, but I cannot flip it to just be like, I've seen people throw titles up that says Brian Koberger innocent, and people run to it real quick, or Brian Koberger guilty.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a clickbaity title because then people run into it and then they're pissed because it's not what it is. Or there's somebody in there that's created some kind of a bullshit rabbit hole that you're going to go down for the night and come out with nothing absolutely at all, but it was entertaining. So I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So
so you just you do what you do, and you try to be true to yourself, and you try not to sell out and all those things.
Stay at the bottom of the barrel.
At the same time, you're trying to make a living, or at least supplement not working, because like some of us, like I'm doing this full time, like I couldn't do another job.
This is my job.
Yeah,
and then there's people that'll come after us and call us grifters. Well, you know what? I'm not grifting. This is what I do now. This is my job now. So that's not grifting. That's making making a living. It's my job.
Right.
So it is what it is. So.
Yeah. And like we both get tired. We all get tired. Even my panelists and stuff like that, we all get tired of being told that we're making money off of somebody's tragedy. And I'm like, do you realize that we're making nothing compared to mainstream media who's making money off of the thing that you're claiming that we're making money off of? Like, they're making bank off of it. The families, even in some of these cases, are making bank off of it. And we're being shamed like we're somehow rolling in the cash, just rolling around naked, throwing money on ourselves, like, oh my God, I'm so fucking rich. Like, no, we're not doing
that. I haven't done that. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not even remotely close to that. That's the sad thing. Like,
not even
remotely close.
There's no Jake Paul shit here, or fucking Mr. Beast or shit. I don't know.
Oh my God, no. All we do is try to bring opinions and feelings and thoughts about true crime cases, and in some cases a lot truth to what we found, and that's really it, guys. It's nothing more than that. Educationally is the way I'd put it, I wish I could make money in here doing what I'm doing. I'm not trying to make money off of bad things. I'm trying to make a living while at the same time do something I enjoy. That's all it is. So it's really pathetic too, because we don't make nothing. I'll just say that.
So let's see. Can we twist somebody's arm on a April 1st to come up here and join us on stage to give us something to talk about, or we can start banting around various things that are on our mind as well. It's kind of a slow day. I spent a lot of time making. I'd roll around naked in money if I could. Well, yeah, fuck yeah, we would all do.
We all would.
Yeah.
The link is pinned in my chat as well. If anybody wants to join us up here, please feel free. It's always great to hear from you guys.
Yes. So what do you guys think? You guys caught any other news stories? Anything that caught your attention recently? I didn't double check the headlines like I probably might have on a slow day wanted to do.
I saw one this morning.
Which was?
Kim put it out on her channel, and this is huge, folks. Huge.
Okay, tell me.
It was the biggest chocolate heist of the century. Somebody stole 12 tons of Kit Kat bars.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Saw that.
12 tons of Kit Kats.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a lot of candy bars, folks. A lot.
It is.
What's up, AR? So yeah, that was new. I was like, oh my God. How, and what did you do with it, and where are they? You know what I mean? 12 tons. That's a lot of damn candy.
They're probably selling them on a street corner or something.
Well, here's the thing is, they could do that, but somebody brought up when he was talking about it that maybe they were selling them on the black market to distributors. They were going to sell them through their stores. The thing is though, they can't, because as soon as you scan that code, it shows stolen, that it was a stolen piece, it was stolen merchandise. So I guess they can track them that way. It is, I guess, something new. But he did make a good point. It was like, if they can track every single one of those candy bars, can you imagine what they do with us? And I was like, oh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I didn't see any big headlines, but I don't know if I mean, I did have a banter with the boss man offline on some Idaho stuff. I don't know if he wants to.
Oh no, how'd that go? Did that go well?
What? No, with you. Okay? I'm talking about you.
Oh, I thought your boss man. I'm like, oh, don't talk. No, don't talk at your work about Idaho 4. Fuck no.
No. Anytime I mention any of this, if I mention any of this stuff at work, they all think I'm a whack job. Like, they think everyone's guilty. Why would I waste time on anything? But I don't know if you were if you were open to, because I know you're getting some info and you're trying to vet some of the info. So I didn't know if you were open to talking about some stuff.
Right. I'm thinking about that right now.
Okay. Well, you let me know.
So here's the thing. Like, like I told you, what I wanted to get is large enough as a channel where people start coming forward who have inside information. Because at some point, when you're big enough, and if you're doing it well enough, somebody will be like, oh, well, I can share something with you and you can get it out there. Just don't say where it came from. And I know that happens at a certain point for bigger YouTube channels that are doing true crime. So,
Right.
I've had a couple over the course of Idaho 4 that have come forward to me in private with what seems to be inside information. And I have to be super careful because you have to vet that stuff really, really bad, or hard, I should say. So, yeah, I mean, I guess what I'll be careful when I say that I've been in ongoing discussions with somebody who seems to actually have a lot of good information. And so I'm working to kind of vet that to make sure that they're not just somebody that is a super fan, if you will, that spends a lot of time watching and knows all the things, because the things that here's where I'm being careful. Part of me wants to talk about new, like me giving weight to theories that I haven't given weight to before. But now that I have new pieces of information, I'm like, well, fuck, if that's true, then this thing that I kind of dismissed before, I shouldn't have dismissed because that would change everything. And so I guess
and I do have something you could request.
Yeah.
I did have something that you could request, although they probably wouldn't give. They probably will say, "Go fly a kite," and wouldn't give it to you. Yeah. So just remember, other than, I don't think we put a request in for it. Other than the body cameras, I know everyone is asking for body camera stuff, which is important, and there could be something on there. There could be a 10-second clip of something else. That has nothing to do. That could catch, something, could catch a piece of a car or anything. But another thing that's important, which I don't think necessarily that we requested from us, was the AVL of all of the cars.
Which AVL, audio video.
It's basically the GPS location.
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, you did.
I did ask in one of the requests something about the GPS locations of vehicles, but now I'm trying to think. Did I actually send that out? I know we talked about this and I drafted something.
They call it, did I send it out? They call it AVL, and that.
You mean the victims' vehicles?
No, like the police cars and the special patrols and
all the cars. Knowing it about all the cars would be helpful, but very specifically the any of the cars, because that, again, just like the cell phones from the victims. No, it's not proof of life. However, it could help give more weight to a certain theory. When if we know Dylan is making a certain phone call at a certain time, and we know that she's taking a certain amount of steps, or
we wanted the phone data for the step counters to see if they went up and down the stairs of the house and stuff like that.
Right.
I did have
data is very important.
Yeah, and I think we should work on doing that. Right now, it feels like, though, that Moscow's in a giant hole of telling everybody the middle finger and not responding. I haven't heard anybody get anything recently from them at all. I did have a thought that that came up in a discussion that we don't talk a lot about. Molly McMichael. Let's talk about Molly McMichael for a minute.
Yes.
So she allegedly arrived around 4 o'clock in the morning, supposedly, right, to deliver the food. In a contactless delivery, got out of her car. And where did she park? She parked up behind the house and got out and walked around.
Right.
So somebody made me think of something by just making one comment. Molly's delivery thing was completely a cover to explain why her car was there. She could have delivered somebody to the house. Somebody in the car with her could have gone out, right, and gone down. And she used the "I'm doing a delivery" as that's why my car was in the neighborhood. Somebody could easily just lay down in the back seat, not be seen, slip out and go down into the back door of the house. And it would be at the right time, right? And we don't talk about that a lot. We talk about her walking around with the flashlight and stuff like that. We don't talk about the delivery of the person. But
you are onto something here, because I did, in one of my shows, I said, at one point, I think it was Rosenthal, that states that at one point he saw the taillights of Molly's car sitting in the back upper area there as they were making a pass. And he said at the same time there, he saw 3 to 4 people walking towards the house, but didn't pay extra attention to it. because he was
they
looking
were,
for people with
yes.
unopened things. So I immediately said, why is it so hard to believe that Molly McMichael was there to deliver people to the house to go and do something? Is all. I mean,
Right.
immediately that was immediately my thought.
I mean, there's been
To just
rumors.
transport them.
There's been rumors that Molly delivered drugs frequently, and that light when she
Yeah.
pulled into the neighborhood, lights came on because people were excited because the dealers here making deliveries. Like there was people that said that was what's happening when Molly comes into the neighborhood. Everybody's like, "Oh, good, the delivery is here," and it's not food deliveries; it's other kind of deliveries. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But again, the idea that her timing of and here's the other part: if the DoorDash delivery wasn't made, because have we had proof that the DoorDash delivery was made from Xana or Ethan's phone? If it wasn't made, because people are saying, look, you can order DoorDash
No.
on the website, on the internet.
No.
So somebody
Right.
could have ordered DoorDash there, and
That is a
didn't have
key
to rely
point.
on the kids actually ordering it, and just say,
You're
oh,
right.
here, I'm putting this in on behalf of somebody at that house. That gives Molly an excuse to go deliver somebody to the house with nobody suspecting otherwise, by saying,
Yeah.
oh, look, I was told to deliver to this house, and it may not have even have been them that requested it.
Yeah.
Right.
Lee,
You would need
so-
the IP
Right-
address
go ahead.
of the computer, whatever
Exactly.
that it had been ordered from.
But
So
but
if
but
it
here's the
doesn't
thing.
register to a phone.
Are law
If they
enforcement
even track
going
that.
to cover? I mean, maybe we just need to ask for it, but they haven't shown the proof that the phone that they even ordered it, right? They keep telling us a time. Well, she ordered it around 2 something in the morning and it didn't get delivered to 4. But nobody's
No,
seen
'cause
the
they
receipts.
know it
Right.
didn't. Yeah, they know that it did not come from Xana's phone. They know that.
Right.
They know that. She put a request in for it. It's in the documents that they know that it didn't come from her phone. And Pav actually he did it. He did a test live. He did he did it a few times, but I don't know, a few weeks ago or a month ago, he actually showed on DoorDash. All you have to do is you just change your name. It lets you change your name and your address, and then you can make it look like you are someone else ordering for someone else. That's all it takes.
Right.
That's all you have to
So,
do.
and I guess what bothers me about it is, so you've got Molly's car coming and going right before the murders supposedly happen,
Right.
but nobody
Mhm.
even remotely seemed to ask the question, could she have dropped somebody off at the back of the house? Because that's literally where she parked. That's the official story. She
Yeah.
parked behind the house. So how hard would it have been for her to park back there and somebody to slip? If they believe the killer came in through the back door and she parked at the back side of the house, then why has nobody ever suggested even the remote possibility that she could have delivered somebody to the house? And then maybe somebody else came and picked him up later. That was another theory that I kept saying. What if suspect vehicle 1 came back and picked up the person that got dropped off earlier and picked them up? And maybe it could have been somebody else,
Right.
or maybe it could have been somebody driving a
right.
different car this time.
It could have been
Yeah.
that. It could have been. My theory is that Molly could have dropped 3 to 4 people off at the house, left when she did. They did what they did, and then they went off on foot out through the back, down the stairs, out towards Walenta, or in different directions, and spread out. Nobody has a clue what just happened. So that was my theory.
And the other part that I'm still struggling with, and we won't talk. I'm still formulating some of my thoughts because I just recently started rethinking some of these things. I've said this before many, many times. I was bothered by the Banfield stop, and I believe, I haven't been able to prove it yet. I think I got to get on it. I believe that the patrol car that the kids that at the Banfield stop said, oh, you don't have a regular squad car. Oh no, the money's tight. We're using other cars now, which was bullshit. That was a special patrol. I believe that was a special patrol assigned that night to that neighborhood per the University of Idaho contract that said that officers will be assigned to Greek life and those kind of areas. That's what those officers were doing there. And the weirdest part about it that I can't get out of my head is they were parked exactly where you can look up to 1122 King Road residents between the Whites and the Treehouse kind of thing. They can look directly up there. And I'm like, isn't it a convenient that they're parked literally where they could be watching the house? Which is why I kept saying, were they watching it because they were supposed to keep an eye on it and something happened right under their nose and that became an embarrassment? Or was it more insidious? Did one of the officers go up to the house? And so you have all these questions that run through your mind.
Right. And what's
Right.
crazy is, those, you hear those screams, whatever it was, whether it was something else, if it had nothing to do with
Well,
1122 or not, that place is like an echo chamber. I can't believe that Rosie and Tisdale would be driving around there, and that isn't something that they would respond to.
well,
They're right there.
maybe they
You
weren't
can't tell
supposed.
me that they didn't hear
Maybe
it.
they weren't supposed to. Mhm.
That's the thing.
Yeah, and it went at some point, and when there's a pass being made by, if you believe Molly, she claims that there was one person in the vehicle. Where was Rosenthal at that point? Because Tisdale was driving. So
That's what I'm. So look.
Yes.
I'll be
Follow-
right back.
Well, that's what she's
Yeah.
right. That's
so
what she
follow the
claims.
logic. If an officer, I don't want to go too far with this tonight, but if an officer separated from his partner and wasn't in the car with his partner and was doing something that maybe you didn't want people to know he was doing, then that would become a major oh shit in this story. Why was that? Why was the officer out of his car, not with his partner? What was he doing? And did that lead to some having to cover up some of the actual details because they can't admit where one of the officers was when he was supposed to be somewhere else? Like it just leads to a lot of questions.
And you'll never get we said offline, you'll never get the cell phone data or the text messages from them. However,
and Taylor asked for it right off the bat. Remember, she asked specifically
she knows.
for. I think she asked for Tisdale and Rosenthal's phones.
She did.
And she wanted all their personal phone call, and she got Dick. I don't think she got it.
Right.
I don't think.
However, but what she should be able to get is the AVL of all the cars.
Yeah,
where were the cars? And it is extremely important. They do this too. Like every police department does this pretty much too. They want to know where all if you have some kind of police involved shooting, there's some kind of homicides, anything. They want to know where all the units were. Where were you? Where at this certain point, at this certain time, where was the unit? So that would give life. If we see their car, why the car is at a certain location and it stops off, you can pretty much figure out what was going on, because as I've spoken before, we've talked about this before. If you had the text message, obviously you'd see oh, pick me up, someone saying, oh, pick me up now or come get me. That would be obvious. But it also would be, to me, even though you don't know what is said, a phone call would also be obvious, because if you're driving around with your partner, why would you be calling them on the phone? It doesn't make any sense. Unless you're calling him, come pick me up now. I'm ready. I'm done.
I was just kind of quickly trying to look for the things that Moscow has not responded to. One of which is, I asked them quite a while ago, and I'm going to try to get the date for you, because they're supposed to respond in a timely fashion. They have not even responded. They're not even giving me the courtesy of saying, go fuck yourself, we're not going to respond to that. They're just not responding. So, and that was on the contractual agreement. I said, please, show your records that shows the contractual agreement that I know exists, because it's on the website of University of Idaho. So, talk about tell me what the special patrol unit was that it was assigned to University of Idaho that night. I know it exists because I know the contract. I listed it for you. So tell me who was on special, and they just ignored it. They just ignored it. I know why they're ignoring it. In my gut, they're ignoring it because that's a big fucking question. They know it's a problem, and that's why I feel they're not answering it, because they know that's a problem to have to answer that one. But that's my gut. My gut tells me they know.
We can't hear you. There you go. You're muted.
Sorry about that. That's a good call too. I think there was something else I was going to throw out that I thought was quite interesting, and it goes right along with everything else we've seen. Jules did a show last night. What is that noise?
Somebody's phone's going off somewhere.
Is that me? Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was me. So she was looking.
We've all heard the story about what's going on with Brian Koberger's interview in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's not releasing that to anybody. They don't care. We're not going to get it, so on and so forth. So we went back through earlier, months ago, and read the reports about the interview that Payne and Gilbertson did, so on and so forth. And I read the Payne interview, the actual report of it, and at the bottom of it, it says, "For more information, refer to Detective Gilbertson's report." Well, Jules, and she's right, because we looked for it too. It doesn't exist. There is no Detective Gilbertson report. And then so she calls, goes to Moscow, asks them about it, and then at some point contacted ISP, and ISP said they gave everything to Moscow. It's lost. This is the claim. She contacted Amber at MPD, or not, you know who I'm talking about, the girl that works for Moscow, and said that they can't find it. So we're missing Gilbertson's report. We're missing Gilbertson's. He claims and they claimed in the report that Gilbertson did the mini recorder.
Yeah.
Where's that? That doesn't exist, as well as the video. Okay, that is not put out there. So what is it that they're not showing us, and why are they hiding that from us? Why would Gilbertson not have a report on this, and how could it be lost?
Right. So I did find what I was looking for. Get this, guys. Get this. So they're supposed to respond within, I can't remember the exact, it's within 30 days. They're supposed to respond. I think it's actually narrower than that. January 5th. It's fucking May. It's April now. It's April. January 5th, I sent a letter to several entities, including Moscow Police Department, asking for the contractual agreement information with the University of Idaho and where their special patrol was that night. They've ignored it. On March 18th, I sent a notice to the city clerk, the city attorney, and Moscow Police Department, notifying them that they have violated the rule that says they have to respond. They're completely ignoring it, and that if they continue to ignore it, then we're going to have to seek a potential legal action. They still ignored that. So look, that's a big one. They're ignoring all of it. I've literally sent a copy to the attorney and said, look, you violated Idaho state law already. So here's a copy on notice that if this keeps up, and they're still ignoring it, they won't respond to it. It's just a giant FU. So I guess what? You hire a lawyer and you go after them, because like they're just literally violating the law, in my opinion, at this moment.
Right. And they're aware that most people do not have the money to go and do that.
Yeah.
And that's why they continue to hide. And the governor of the state doesn't help a whole lot because of the things that he has approved of, as far as hiding documents, and not hiding them, but just not giving them up. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
This case, I mean, like it sucks, because at the end of the day, what does the little person do when you follow the rules and you do public records request and they just don't respond to it? And they don't even give you a reason why. Just like, again, we should be able to get a lot of the information we're asking for. They're just flat out they're not providing, and they're not even giving any
because
reason
there is some stuff with, kind of the angle that you kind of we were addressing here a bit. I see, what people talk about in the chat. It's very possible that whole angle, if it's involved with Kaylee or whoever else from the house, that still isn't gonna, that could have absolutely nothing to do with the homicide, with anything that happened at all. And it's a side thing that went on, and they're going to do everything possible to not have that come out in the public, because it's embarrassing. And
right.
Yeah. I'm trying to formulate a question here to see if I can get a quick answer for us real quick. So I was hoping you'd go long in the tooth and talk for a minute so I can finish that
thought. Robin, what do you feel? What do you feel about it?
Well, the thing is with Molly, somebody in the chat earlier was saying that Eric Gower, I guess, was talking about, but I guess that was an Uber driver. But could he have meant a female DoorDasher who was not the greatest? Because I guess in his one interview, he was talking about that. So is that who he was talking about? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The other
So,
the other thing that's super strange too about Molly, which I think some people may not know or they forget. You know, there's so many interviews and so many different things. Molly did DoorDash, right? But
right.
she wasn't doing it for a long time. She was so my understanding the whole when she did that night, November 12th, 2022, she was only doing it for like a week or two. And then she stopped again. So it's not like she
Yeah.
was doing this like ongoing. So
She didn't have a driver's
what is
license
she
most of
doing?
the time.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah,
hard to do
but
it. You know, people do it
right.
though.
But
But
still, right.
I think
But
she was riding with somebody else in her vehicle because she didn't have a
yes,
driver's license. And if that's the
that's
case,
exact right.
who's that other person? Was it Jimmy Mack, her boyfriend?
Right.
Was it whatever Mackey? Or
yeah.
either way, what's going on with that? Because there's more to that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that. And the other thing is, if she didn't have a license half the time, I wonder if she had insurance half the time, because that's a whole other thing. When you are doing DoorDash or Uber or anything like that, you have to increase your insurance levels, because if something happens while you are doing those activities and you try to file a claim, insurance is going to be like, did you notify us that you were doing that with your vehicle? And if you didn't, you're not going to get covered for anything.
Well,
So shout out to all you Door Dashers and everybody out there. Please increase your insurance to be what it should be, so that if something does happen when you have someone in the vehicle with you, or you're doing DoorDash or whatever, and so that you can get covered. So,
I
but
I think she had
yeah.
her service in somebody else's name. Because
Oh,
they check DoorDash, Uber, Lyft,
Yeah.
all those things. They check into
You need a valid license.
all of that
right,
Yeah.
stuff. They have to for
Right.
their own insurance reasons. So it it has to come up as valid in every aspect. Her license would have to, or somebody's license would have
right,
to, as well as their insurance has to be the right type of insurance, or they won't even let you work for them, from
right,
my understanding. So,
right.
that tells me if she didn't have a driver's license, it was in somebody else's name. She was just there with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And whose
that's
name
kind
would
of
that
odd.
have been? That's interesting. Was it Jimmy's?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Or was it Janelle Braun? Who was it? You know what I mean? It was somebody else, but it wasn't
Right.
her. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Or here's the other side of it. If you go back to that whole stop with we've talked about before, where Payne stops her and says, "Hi, I'm stopping you because
Yeah.
I'm Corporal Payne." Maybe they're allowing her to do certain things because of other reasons and getting away with
Sure.
different things. They know that she doesn't have a
Right.
driver's license, things like that. And if they catch her
Mm-hmm.
driving a car, that should be automatic, maybe not getting arrested, but you're going to get a ticket, go to court, so on and so forth. And none of that happens. They
Right.
just let her go on about her business. So there's something there,
Yeah.
at least in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I want to ask a question, and this is going to be a poll question.
Mm.
I don't know if it's going to apply to Dago's side or not, because it's about my public records funds that I have. I'm going to pose a question. I'm going to ask a poll on whether people would feel that this would be a good use of the money that people have donated to my public records request fund. I feel like I shouldn't have to ask, but I just want to kind of throw it out there. How do I do that though? Give me a second here.
Okay.
Because I just found out some information when I was doing some search. And I'm going to share with you the information, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to ask a poll to see if you guys think that we should do this. And maybe Dago can throw it up there as well, just to see what his side would recommend for me as well. One sec. So here's the gist of it while I get ready to put the poll. So I double checked, and it is a violation. Idaho has to respond within 3 days, typically, 10 days is the max. They didn't respond in 30 days. After 30 days, I already sent past 30 days. I sent a letter to the attorney's office, and they've ignored that for more than 10 and 30 days, both of which are violations of Idaho state law. So I asked for a recommendation. Can I sue? And yes, I can sue. And no, I don't need a lawyer. It costs about $300 to file the lawsuit in Idaho. I can walk into the courthouse and file a lawsuit for them avoiding public records requests. And I'm thinking about doing so. Would that be a good use of our public records funds to file a public lawsuit against them for refusing to acknowledge? And I think the answer is a no-brainer, but I wasn't planning on spending it that way, but I'm thinking about doing it. Like, again, it's a filing fee with the court. I live close enough to drive over to the court and submit the record myself. So I'm thinking about doing it. I don't have to have an attorney to do that part. So what do you think? Do you think we should do that? Is that a no-brainer
I'm all
question?
for it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Personally, you know, because until they start being held accountable, that's the thing. They're just going to keep.
Fizzy says it's not going to do anything.
ignoring.
Look, so Fizzy's attitude is the same as a lot of people's attitude, and I'm not busting, your nuts for it or whatever. I don't know if you have nuts or not, but the point being is that, yeah, everybody's got the attitude. They're just not going to answer. That's fucking illegal. That if the answer is they're just not going to answer and it doesn't matter if it's illegal, they're going to tell you to go fuck yourself. Like, that can't be the answer. That is illegal. Are we a nation of laws or not? Is the answer just like, they're not going to answer you? Even if they break the law, they're going to tell you, I don't give a shit. I break the law because I can. Fuck you. I am the law. I am the law.
They have to respond. They have to respond to the suit. They have no, if you file a suit,
Right.
they have to respond to that some way or shape or form, but they don't have a choice because it's a legal document. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, if you did file suit and won, what's going to happen?
So what happens is they would have to pay me for my legal cost of filing the suit. So they'd have to repay my fee for filing them in the first place. And then I could potentially try to get other damages as well, like the waste of my time and energy and effort. That's a little harder to do, but at a minimum, I'll get my fee back for filing the lawsuit that they'd have to pay for,
or their attorneys, because they have big attorneys, will find a way to get around it somehow. And it's there. So, I mean, I put it in a poll over here. It says, would it be good use of Lee's FOIA funds to file a suit against MPD for not responding to him? Yes, no, and I could care less. Are the answers, unless you want more to it.
Yeah, I'll do a similar thing. So should we consider filing a lawsuit for violating Idaho state law for $300 filing fee? Yes, no, or I could care less. How about that?
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. So anyways, yeah, look, I mean, so when you file this, does it mean that they have to give you the docs? No, it doesn't necessarily mean they had to give me the docs, but they're going to have to respond on why they didn't do that. And then I can keep pushing up. It's one of those things that could keep going higher and higher up the chain. They can't, in my opinion, and look, there's the reality and the legality, right? Legality says they can't do what they're doing. The reality is they probably can do whatever the fuck they want, but legally they can't. So now the question is, can you get somebody willing to sue or put the right muscle to say, you're breaking the law, and your attitude of, I break the law because I am the law, it doesn't work.
Well, we've all learned more recently, that they have laws in that state that they just play with. They don't care what the law says. They do what they want regardless. So
right.
We'll see.
I mean,
but at the very least, it'll elicit a response from them, maybe. So
I'd love to hear.
Well, it should require a response.
I'd love to hear what Ali or
John
Ray,
Benevento,
or the custody queens too. I'd love to hear.
I mean, really, there's two dangers to me. One, it's a loss of money, right? Because I got to pay the money, so that's a filing fee that's just out the window. If the answer really is they're never going to answer you, even if you do it, then it's a waste of money. So that's kind of the question. Like, are people willing who donated money to this fund to waste the money, requesting something that you feel they would never respond to that, so you're wasting my money doing that? Or do you believe in law and they're going to believe that they have to respond? And if they have to respond, that's something. If they put something in writing that they have to put in writing, do you do it?
That's a good
So
point.
look at this.
Well,
Peaches
yeah,
Goldsberry says, I just retired after 20 years in law enforcement. I was in charge of FOIA. You don't have the option of ignoring the request, or you can be sued. So yeah, and that's the way the law is supposed to be.
But
You
Idaho,
don't have a
it's
law that
its
says you
own-
must respond and then say, well, fuck it. It's kind of up to you if you want to respond or not. No, you
Moscow
must
does.
respond.
Yeah,
Moscow does what they want. They always have. That's the
Idaho,
problem.
Idaho has it's like its own country there. It seems.
Yeah, Kentucky too, apparently.
Are you
Right?
ready?
Kentucky's worse. Yeah, let's go ahead and end the poll.
They are.
Yeah,
worse.
Kentucky's worse than Idaho, I think. Yeah.
So, would it be good use of these FOIA funds to file a suit against MPD for not responding to him? 82% said yes, 18 said no, and nobody said I don't care.
Well, that's better than I've got. I got 84% yes, 13% no, and 3% said they could care less. So some of my people could care less, and they're the ones that donated over here.
Right.
So, all right, fair enough.
There you go.
The other negative, so I said there was two consequences for me. One, out the money, right? And two, big old target on my back, right? So if the more stink you make, the more that they get to know your name, and they're like, fuck that guy. Like, you know, who's this devil's advocate asshole that lives close enough to come file fucking shit in our courthouse? Fucking somebody needs to go pay that guy a visit.
That's probably the worst thing that could come from this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I can agree.
Yeah.
Sounds fun to me, though.
I filed a suit last year.
Well, it's
They gave
definitely
me a
something
court
to
date of
consider.
27th of June. Jesus. That's insane. Senior Wazowski said he filed a lawsuit last year, and they gave him a court date of 2027 in June.
Well, at least he got a court date. There's that.
Wow. That's crazy. That is correct.
Hurry up and take a number.
So for me, it's important. I'll tell you why. You have to document the steps. I feel, you know how you say it all the time, Dago, pulling threads. My thread has been since I heard about it, and I wasn't the one that discovered it. It was Lana. I think Lana from Truth and Transparency was the one that discovered that document from Moscow, Idaho, and the University of Idaho. Sorry, University of Idaho and Moscow Police Department. I think she was the one that found it. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, that is the key. That to me, my gut tells me that document is at the heart of a lot of the cover up in this case.
Of course.
And I still haven't moved from that. That document is the reason why we have so many lies and so many deception and so much cover up, because of that document alone. And so I go and I ask them to confirm that document, its existence, which they have to. It's taxpayer dollars are funding it. $16 million contract. Taxpayers paid for it. So you have to acknowledge, if you signed a $16 million taxpayer bill that they're going to pay for, you have to acknowledge you did that. So now acknowledge that you signed this contract. They won't do it. And then tell me who was on your special patrol, and they won't do it. So that seems to be a problem.
Yep.
Did you try calling MPD to talk to Amber and see if there's any kind of a response from that?
No, I haven't been at the Jules level where I feel comfortable talking to somebody, because I feel like they're just going to be assholes, and then I get upset and angry, and then I don't want to get angry, so I do everything in writing. But
according to everybody else that's talked to her, she's not. But I mean, you never know. It could be depending on who you are.
And the other thing is I know it's a smaller town there, but who oversees like the corruption? Like, there's got to be some kind of like DOI or some kind of unit or something.
yeah,
probably nobody from what I've seen. Doesn't seem like
it?
anybody. There's got to be a unit.
There's got to be some. You know, they might not be big enough that they have someone direct that's just for the police, but there should be some kind of DOI unit or something.
It's probably a state level, like higher up state level.
Well, maybe we should appeal to them.
I sent a letter to the Department of Justice and got completely ignored. So,
well, that's the Department of Justice, but the
Attorney General's office probably.
But if we can find a specific unit that their main job is basically to ensure, the integrity of these different municipalities, right. There's got to be something.
somebody had said, asked the question, didn't Idaho just pass a law saying they don't have to respond to public records requests? And I'm like, that can't be the case, right? Then people are thinking they were mistaking that for Olivia's law that just passed, which is not anything to do with public records requests. But have you heard anything where they passed some kind of law saying they don't have to respond to public records?
There was something else, if I'm thinking. Hold on.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. There was something that the governor was in support of, as far as not having to, you know,
there was something that came out.
In essence, it was going to let them withhold even more information from the public than what they currently do.
It was the
what was it called?
Oh my God! I
know.
I just saw this the other day.
Yeah.
So according to what I've been told, like in my little searches, and again, I didn't read the law yet, but Idaho Code 74, Section 74-103, agencies. So they said no new law has been passed that makes them be able to give you the middle finger for requesting public records. It still exists that they must. It is in there. I'm going to click on it here in a minute and just read it from the law. Agencies must respond within 3 working days. They can extend it to 10 working days only with notice, and they must grant or deny your request. They can't just ignore it. That's Idaho state law. They cannot, and they're just ignoring it. Their law states they must acknowledge it and give you a yes or a no, and that's it. They can't just ignore it. So this does say there was a new proposed bill, House Bill 625 and 748 this year, that creates a simplified court process for records disputes, letting you file a complaint more easily, even without an attorney. So that's in our favor. This law that's up, proposed bill, not passed, makes it easier for you to go after public records. I'm looking to see if there's anything else.
So you want to hear? I looked this up. The Moscow Police Department does not appear to have a dedicated name DOI, Department of Investigation, or Independent Internal Affairs Integrity Unit listed in its public structure. Misconduct is typically managed by internal command staff, with major incidents or external investigations referred to Idaho State Police. Internal affairs investigations are generally handled through command staff review.
That's what I was getting ready to tell you as I looked it up. They don't have nothing.
Yeah.
We do what we want. Fuck you guys, I'll do what I want.
Yes, that's basically it.
They reprimand themselves, which is what they've been doing. That explains a lot of things. Like,
I looked into my misconduct and I found that I had no misconduct. Thank you very much.
Yes. Case closed. Done.
Case closed. I looked into my misconduct. I decided I wasn't in error, so case closed.
Maybe I should apply for a job there.
No shit.
I'll change the whole department.
I think you can make some money there.
Yeah.
Like $250,000 a year.
Oh, you got me all spun up. I got my face is flush. I'm all spun up from yelling at the screen, going, "I am the law."
Loving It Up says, "When are you going to learn law enforcement can do whatever they want?"
This person is trying to make my blood pressure go through the fucking roof. They're trying to make. You're trying to give me a heart attack right now. That's what you're trying to do. You know what, DA? They can do whatever they want. You're just gonna have to live with it. No, you're gonna make my head explode, and you know that. That's probably why you said that.
It's true.
They can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want.
Not in New York City.
I mean, New York City's too big. They have too many things to call in.
If I piss at a 43 degree angle, I'll fucking.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, enough of that. I mean, I think I know my answer on that, but.
Yes, but yeah, I agree, but they don't want that because
we're getting less and less transparent in this country every day.
Right.
The people who are in power are a part of the corruption.
Yeah, they're getting tired of having to get caught on shit. So,
right.
Yeah. Frustrating.
Yep.
And despite all that, I don't say this often enough. Despite all that, I have no problem with law enforcement. I have no problem with federal agents. I have problems with corruption. That's one of the things that I can't say enough for people who think that we're like anti-law or no, I'm kind of like pro-law. That's kind of the problem we're having is we're trying to get you to actually fucking obey the law. Like we're supposed to be a nation of law. So how would obey the law? Anyways, I just got info on 1250. Yeah. I'll post it in Discord real quick. All right, Mama J. What I do know about 1250 is that the governor said he was going to sign it. So it's going to go into law. So that part's done. So I don't know if that's what you're going to share, but I knew that part. I'll look to see if I get it over there.
That's not going to help the families, current or families of past victims, or unfortunately families of future victims, because other states are going to see that now and decide to jump on board. I know there are I know we looked at that the other night. There's like 3 or 4 other states that do that, I think, and it's because
hide the
they're going to
bodies.
be able to say we're just not going to release it. They say that they have to release it to the families, but when exactly?
Yeah. Yeah. What surprises me though is that you can't even get, and again, not because we want to see it. I don't really want to see it, but you can't even get pictures of Kopaka and or Kopaka to prove that he's dead, and that's not even an investigation into a murder. It was a standoff shooting of a guy that there's no question what happened. So who's at harm? I mean, they're going to say the family, I guess. The family's at harm because they shouldn't have to have people seeing their son or daughter or brother or whatever. I get that to some extent, but again, there's questions in that case. But you have to be able to convince them, and you won't, that your need to know in the public interest outweighs the family's concerns. And so they'll always say, well, your curiosity doesn't matter over the family's concerns.
Right.
So, yeah. Yep. Which just leaves you to one of the glaring holes in our country about being able to, I don't distrust you, bro. That's the problem. I don't distrust you, bro. Like your attitude of trust us, we're in charge. We're your overlords for a reason. Just trust us. We're the good guys.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
No.
Not at all.
This is why you gotta save people's DNA for a rainy day.
Yeah,
I feel like for a JJ state, we're gonna be like, everybody, make sure to submit your DNA to Othram Labs. People do the right thing.
Yeah. His little public service announcement.
Right. Don't forget. What else do we got? Anything else you want to talk about? We have no takers. What kind of nipple twisting, fucking ass biting, butt munching thing do I have to do to get people to come up on screen with us? Like, we ask people to come up on screen with us, and we never happen. And then people are like, "Yay! Why don't you ever ask people to come up on screen?" Oh my god, I'm gonna punch somebody. Anyways, ask all the time.
Yeah, no, and I did put the link out a couple times. So
and there are people
we'd love to have you guys come up.
There are
Busy
people
said to
questions.
tell you, Lee, to try to go through the Department of Education in Idaho.
For what? For which part?
To get what you want to get to.
The contract info.
Yeah, okay. So to go after the Moscow, Idaho, but here's the problem. I don't have a problem with the Moscow, Idaho contract. It's posted online. Right. There's that's already there. That
you just want them to acknowledge.
That's not the problem. I want them to acknowledge it, and I want them to tell me who was their special patrol that night. The education department will be like, yeah, that contract exists. Right. I know it exists. That's not a question.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a point she was making. Like, try that. Yeah. Maybe that'll help out.
So, Dago, do you have any problems? Like, do you ask people to come up on stage? Do people just flood on stage when you ask them to? Like, is there something like, have I made people like terrified to come on screen, or what? What the hell's going on?
No, I usually get 3-4 people to join me on a regular if I put a link up.
What the hell? Like, do my breath smell? Like, I don't know. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't get it.
No idea.
Oh well. What we don't do is we don't beg. We don't beg.
Well, I don't beg either, but
Nah.
I don't know. Some people don't like to do it. Some people do.
It got people.
Yeah, no.
People are
And it
asking
depends
questions
on the
in
time of
chat.
day too.
Yeah, the chat.
Yeah.
We just need to pin. We need to get more of the
People
questions pinned up on chat.
People have asked. They have said some stuff.
I just can't read that. Like I don't. I feel like I got good eyesight, but I don't because I can't read all the fucking little tiny
Yes, I
print.
can't.
My country
Country's
as cornbread, and nobody wants to hear that.
That is not true. I've had beyond.
Your
Oh
country,
my God.
some country is cornbread.
I've had
that's a
people
phrase
on my
right there.
panel that can't even.
Country.
Yes, I've had people on my panel that can't even say the word country. Their country. So it is
all
what
good.
it is.
Come on,
Everybody,
you can
nobody
come
has-
up. That
We
don't
like
be
we
afraid
would
of your
love,
accent.
we would
Come on,
love to
forget
hear country is
about
cornbread.
it.
Yeah.
Come on,
Forget about it.
you got me with my New York accent here. Come on.
Yeah.
So what else do we have? It's April. I
not a
got
damn thing.
I got CrimeCon coming up in the end of May. Looking forward to that. Speaking of I don't beg, I'm not going to keep asking people to come to CrimeCon because that's not working out, but I'm going to go to a CrimeCon. And I think Ali Benevento is going to go with Court TV as well. So she should be there. I'm looking forward to the possibility of meeting Ali Benevento in person and maybe getting a little selfie picture with her since we spent so much time on camera together. Although, do you need that? Because I got videos of the two of us on camera together. Anyways, point being, it'd be kind of cool to have a drink with Ali Benevento. Also, the custody queens, Sam and Kristen are going to be there with Ron, their appellate attorney. I believe they said they were 90% certain they were going to be there. So that'll be very cool. So as long as, and I don't think any of these people are like that, as long as when we get there, they don't go, oh shit, who's that guy? I don't know that guy because I want to not be seen with the crazy YouTuber. But I don't think they're that kind of people. I think they're pretty solid, all those people.
Yeah.
They're asking for the link again.
Which link?
Oh, the link's
I'll
there.
I pinned it
to come up on stage.
So it's pinned in my chat. If anybody on my side wants to go for it.
There we go.
And if not, where are we at time-wise?
Okay.
We got about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes is long enough to have a discussion about anything.
Sure.
Yeah. And if not,
I was just going to say one thing I thought was interesting. Somebody here in chat just reminded me, the clerk that was at the DMV talked to Brian.
Oh, yes.
She
Lana.
is going to be giving interviews to, I guess, whoever, and she's been answering people's comments and questions online and things.
Did you
like
hear
that?
that she actually put Brian Koberger on her Christmas card list to send him a Christmas card?
Yeah,
maybe.
she was gagged, and Lana's going to have her on her show tonight, I think.
Nice. What do we got? We got just Melbourne Pat. That sounds like was it Australian? Let's do it.
So.
Let's kick it. Kick it. What's up?
Hello.
Hey.
Just wanted to come on here and introduce myself. I'm always watching.
Very
Welcome.
cool. That's very cool.
Great.
I'm glad that you did join us on stage, and
Thank you.
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful
just
thing.
Love the stuff.
Wonderful to
So
What
meet
do
you.
I missed an hour, but hey, I'm here.
What time is it where you're at?
It is now 18 minutes past 12 in the afternoon.
Sounds about right.
Oh, okay.
What part of Australia are you in?
Melbourne, just Melbourne,
Oh,
Pat.
I guess that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Notice how I said
Victoria.
Melbourne is like Melbourne, like
Sorry.
asshole. Pronounce it
Melbourne.
correctly.
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
It's Melbourne.
All right, fair enough. Forgive my my bastardization of the English language or whatever. But very cool. It's cool to have you on. Do you have any questions or comments? Looks like we got somebody else queued up backstage as well. But do you have any questions, comments, or
no.
anything you want to share?
Just wanted to come on here and say good day.
Well, you know what? That's amazing. Like I was begging, and you came on to even if it's I'll just I did come up on stage. That's fantastic. I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Not a problem.
Have a great one.
Take care.
Very much.
All right.
It was wonderful to meet
Right.
you.
Nice meeting
All
you.
right, we got Gabriella
night.
backstage next. Let's see. Let's put Gabriella. Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Very well.
Oh, good. Good. I'm sorry I am late for your live, but it's always good to see all of you. Devil's Advocate, Dago, Robin, and 1-1. Oh, it's so good to
Thank
see
you.
you guys.
You know how
Thank
hard it was?
you.
It's so hard for me not to prank you when you came up and said, "Can you hear me?" I was gonna be like, "Hey, are you there?" I was just gonna fuck with you for like a really long time
Oh,
since April 1st, but I decided not to do that because I'm trying to get people to come on stage. So
well, I love funny people. I love it.
Thank you very
So-
much for joining us.
And I'm sorry I'm late, so I don't know what you guys were discussing earlier, but I know earlier today I was watching some Ashley Jennings, and boy, she freaks me out. Her eyes are psycho. She's like constantly, her eyes are constantly psychopathic.
Yes, you should listen to the song I wrote about her. That's exactly what I'm talking about. She's a dark one.
You wrote a song?
Yes, I did, about Ashley. Amish
Oh my
Ashley,
God.
it's called.
It's called what?
Amish.
It's called Amish Ashley.
Amish.
Yes, it's kind of funny. You got to hear it.
You could cue that shit up? What are you holding back? Can you cue that shit up and put it on for us?
Sure. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, this is gonna be a treat.
Oh boy.
Give me a minute.
down.
Here, let me get over here.
Chris McDonough found the bloody glove that had unknown male DNA, and they didn't test. Yes, if you're talking about Idaho 4, they didn't test it because they said it wasn't relevant to the crime scene. It was too far away. It was out in the parking lot, just like the panties left in the street outside of a quadruple homicide had nothing to do with the homicide. It's completely outside of the crime scene. So yes, they didn't test it because they figured it was not relevant. It's too far away.
Yeah. Well,
crazy.
I think I think there might have been different pairs during the two different murders.
Yeah.
Different people doing
Very
the
possible.
two different. Yeah, very
That's,
possible.
yeah, that is
Because,
certainly not
I
outside the realm
mean,
of possibility.
We have a lot of suspects running around, and then the dead Mowich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would love to see pictures of his injuries.
Yes.
I agree on that. I agree with that too, because I think that could tell you a little bit more about what actually happened to that man.
Or at least
Yeah.
give us
Absolutely.
or at least get the autopsy.
Since
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Gabriella, since you were the one that mentioned Ashley Jennings and has inspired me, asking him to cue this up, you should hang out with us and while we play this song. I'll put us all on the side of this panel, and I'll put us. Let's see if I can do this.
I would
let's
love to.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. I'm going to remove some stuff from stage. Really fucking hate that I have to do that. I'm going to add that to. Why the hell am I having such problems adding shit to stage lately? I don't want to remove the wrong person. Okay, hold on. Add to stage. There it is. Okay. I need to get that off the screen for a second. All right. So all of us are on the side. You ready to listen to this song with us? I think since it's not really is it graphical? Do you have images to go with this?
Just that one right there. No, I told you I don't do the video stuff real well, but you're welcome to take it and do anything with it you'd like. So.
Well, we'll just do this and we'll listen to it because we don't have to have it shown.
Okay.
It's just so there you go. Okay, I lied because now I don't have any fucking play button. All right, I lied.
I can play it over here.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've got the controls. That's why I don't have any play button. Okay,
right.
Play us out. Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
I'm a Ashley, little black book in her hand. Plain dress, cold eyes, got a whole town under her command. Crooked smile, she can twist any truth in the room.
I gotta put my dancing Santa on.
Is in cursive, lets him grow like mold in a tomb. Every
bird
handshake has a hidden price. Every whisper cuts you live. I'm a Ashley, lying awake, kissing spells every day, every night. So corrupted, all the darkness is like kissing spells diminishing the light. I'm a Ashley, dum-dum-dee-dum. Woman switch so ugly inside, look what you become. Such injustice, truth is so far out of sight. I'm a Ashley, blowing spells of darkness and spite. She'll bless you, then bury your name in the dirt. Fake prayers, blank stare, and a grin when you're hurt. Tongues, cause they're scared of a touch. She just laughs in the shadows like I never did much. Every promise comes with poison threads. Every compliment lives under your bed. I'm in Ashley, lying awake. I'm a switch, so ugly inside. Look what you become. Such enjoy, far out of sight. I'm Ashley, blue and spells of darkness and spite.
Wow, that's very cool. Very, very, very cool.
That was great. How did you write that?
Oh, you're muted, man.
Oh,
I just basically thought about Ashley Jennings and wrote lyrics to what I know about her from watching her and knowing what we know about her. A couple people helped. Somebody called her Amish Ashley one time, and I was like, I got to use that. And I threw it in the mix. And she reminds me of, the old Salem witch trials, one of those old Amish looking witches.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she reminds me of. And her eyes look like she's dead inside. So I threw that in the mix there. And
Don't hold back. Just tell me how you feel about it. Right?
I mean, just came out. That's how I wrote most of these songs. I wrote that one that way. I have Propaganda Man, which is about Bill Thompson. That's funny too. I wrote Dirty Daddy Green the same way about Scott Green. I have Baby Pain. That's a hit. People love that one.
You got one? You got one on Molly yet?
No, I'm working on it though. I am working.
We got to get some on Molly.
Guess what I just found out? Everybody probably is. Look, I'm probably going to get my ass kicked for this. I probably you guys are going to probably actually raise the money for somebody to kick my ass, because I just found out the Gonzalez's family are posting on their page that they're going to be at CrimeCon, walking around meeting people at CrimeCon. So I'm going to be there with my gear on. If I get clocked by Steve Gonzalez on camera, it'll be worth its weight in gold. You're probably going to raise money. He's probably going to fucking try to come up and kick my ass at CrimeCon. This will be entertaining. So that kind of is interesting.
Wow.
I
wonder if they're going to meet up with Stacy Chapin if she goes.
I'm sure they'll be. I'm sure they're going to be on stage. They made it sound like they're just going to hang out, but you can't tell me mainstream media people, when they find out that they're there, are not going to put them on stage. You're going to call them right up on stage.
It's going to be an author presentation, y'all.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yep. What's your bird's name?
His name is Little Milton.
Little Milton.
He's named after the blues singer Little Milton.
There you go.
Oh, that's it. There you go.
Yeah.
It seems pretty cool.
If you've never heard Grits Ain't Groceries, that's the song I recommend by Little Milton.
I have heard.
Okay.
It's a good song.
I was waiting for your bird to do the little head bob thing like some birds do with the music.
He does do sometimes when he wants me to sing, he'll do it and he'll go bop, 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 like he wants me to sing. But he does talk. He's
a parakeet.
He's a parakeet, and he does talk. He says, "You're so cute, pretty baby."
That's hilarious.
And a few days ago, he told me, "I love you." I mean, he says a lot of things. Yeah.
He looks pretty affectionate with you specifically.
Yeah, and he's pretty much cage free, and he's my best friend, so he's really socialized.
Yeah,
So,
it looks like he wants to climb into your mouth though right now.
Yeah.
Let me in. Let me into your mouth.
Like, stop talking to them. Talk to me.
He loves talking, and he loves the vibration of talking or singing.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, he does get mad
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
But there's something I have heard that in the psychiatric field, there is a situation where when people's eyes, their pupils are completely surrounded by white constantly, that's like a sign of psychopathy. And that is literally Ashley Jennings' eyes.
Yeah,
and you
they're
have to
fully dilated.
Yeah, not just that the pupils are dilated, but the whole color part is surrounded by white. And most people's, you can't see the whole white around the whole eye. You may see the bottom or the top, depending on where direction they're looking. But most people, you cannot see all the white around the whole color area. But Ashley, you can, and that's a sign of psychopathy.
She's dark.
And
she's very dark.
A physical trait. Yeah, and And that adds up because you have to be psychopathic to put an innocent person in the death chair.
Or at least sociopathic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sociopathic. Yeah,
sociopathic.
for sure.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's not a good-
I'm actually not sure the difference between psychopathy and sociopathy, but it's one of those where the eyes are, you know, the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
And
It's a very-
Anjanette, the interview with Anjanette Levy, I mean, she's sitting there like she cannot control the eye thing. Like that's just constantly how she looks. Like, she's not trying. That's just natural.
She's
That's
a dark
just-
person.
That-
period. Yes. Yeah.
That was
she's
some
a dark
scary
person.
shit.
But you know,
That's
one, I would love to ask you because you are a currently employed police person.
I
Yes?
am.
Oh
Who
wow,
is?
that's
I
Oh,
am.
yes.
I
Yeah.
totally I love the whole program of how justice is supposed to work from the police to the judge, you know, it's
Yeah.
but there's just so much corruption within these and so as a person who has been targeted by directed energy weapons, black helicopters, triangle TR3 series crafts, and police people, and like just weird people, just like
Yeah.
strange people, like through a little research, it turns out that FISA created all these warrantless they like made a bunch of people into targets by creating FISA accounts on them.
Yes,
that-
they do.
Yeah, and then they're called persons non-investigative subjects.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then so through the fusion centers, the files go out to the police, and so the police, maybe some, not all, I don't know, but some police know that these are the non-investigative subjects through the DHS fusion centers. But what turns out through what happens to some of the targeted or the non-investigative subjects through the electronic surveillance is that we actually become hurt by directed energy weapons. And I don't know if the cops are doing it on purpose, trying to hurt people with directed energy weapons, or they're just trying to use their electronic surveillance. And it's a cause, it's an unwarranted cause. I'm not sure. Do you know about non-investigative subjects and how that goes down to the police departments from the fusion centers?
I don't think we really. We don't. Yeah.
Is
I
that
don't know
not
what you were gonna
true?
say, Leah.
You don't know about the non-investigative
I was
subjects?
going to say, he could tell
No.
you, but then he'd have to kill you. So,
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you, after about 10 years of being targeted with directed energy weapons, I wished so much that they would. Why not just kill me? Why torture me? Like, I guess it's funner and it makes them more money, but
it's funner. It's more entertaining. I don't know. Is that
Yeah.
more entertaining? I don't know.
for them.
Well, I have,
you know,
yeah,
for the
right. For them. Yeah,
sociopaths and the
probably not so
psychopaths.
fun for you.
No, not at all. But it's been about over a year now that that's over. So that's good.
Well, I'm glad that we
Yeah.
got. I'm glad that you prompted Dago to play his Ashley Jennings songs, because I never really
Yeah, it was great.
encouraged you to play music on the air, but that was pretty cool. It was a little bit weird. The audio was
Yeah, it
kind
was
of
good.
cutting in and out for me though a little bit. Did you guys have audio issues at all with that song that was coming on?
It was just a little bit low, but I could hear
Yeah.
a lot of it.
All right,
That was-
before we
that's-
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that would be controlled on your end of things. I just push play over here. The audio. Is
Yeah,
all
I mean, I
me.
wasn't controlling it. It kept kind of coming in and out, like it was doing some
Oh,
weird stuff on that.
I don't
audio
know
for
then.
me, but, before
Don't
we
know.
let you go, is there any last question you want to ask before we we're going to do a wrap up here pretty soon and get off the stage? Did you want to ask any questions specifically to anybody other than that one, or?
There's always so much on my mind when it comes to Brian Koberger. I can't think
Yeah.
of anything right now, but I appreciate all of you for your fights for justice, for your appreciation of truth, and for your willingness to keep on searching
Thank you.
for justice and for truth. So thank you guys, and thank you for
Yeah,
letting me.
Thank you for supporting
thank
us.
you for joining us,
Thank
and thank you
you.
for coming up and asking a question
Yeah,
in
it was
1-1 and put him on
excellent.
the spot like that. That was awesome to watch him squirm a little bit. So that was amazing. So thank you very much, and we'll hope to see you again sometime soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for supporting us.
Good
All right,
night, y'all.
Take care.
Night.
Have a great night.
Good night.
All right. So why is the layout kind of doing there? There we go. That makes a little bit better layout. Any other things you guys want to talk about before we do our close for the evening? It seems like it's a pretty good note to close on.
Nothing else.
Everybody's
I
shaking
can
their
think
head
of.
no. I mean, let's go crazy. Let's get off early on April Fools and see what we can get into. Let's go around the horn. Let's go Robin, 1-1, Dago, and then myself for close. Robin, do you want to go first in the closing?
Sure. So, as always, great conversation. Thank you so much to both of our guests for coming on tonight. We appreciate you so very much for doing that, and I hope we get more people that are, going to come up.
Yeah.
We don't bite, and we love having you. So uh, we want to hear your questions and your comments, and hear your thoughts on things. Just we love seeing your questions in the chat as well. But it's always really cool to have you guys come up and join us. So hopefully more people will do that. And whether you're here live or you are on the replay crew, we appreciate you very, very much. And thank you to Lee and the other panel members here. It's always great hanging out with you guys. And so I hope everyone has a fantastic night, and we'll be back again tomorrow night.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. 1-1, do you have closing?
Sure.
And I hope your movie trivia isn't from like the 2020 era, because I'm toast in that era.
No, it's an old one. But thanks, everyone, for joining. As always, great discussion. We never have too little or too much to discuss. But do encourage, come up on stage. We're not gonna bite your head off. As long as you're respectful, we will give you the same courtesy back. So we encourage debate. That's how you make things happen and get to the truth sometimes, or get to change your opinion and look at something different. We're covering the John Benet Ramsey case on Sunday, and I could tell you, I've probably watched hours and hours and hours of interviews and different experts and all kinds of stuff on the. I'm not claiming that I'm an expert on the case, but I do know many details about it. And yet, when we covered the case this past Sunday, Dago still was able to find some kind of special like audio analyst or whatever that showed a very particular point of something that Patsy had said on the 911 call that I had never really was never pointed out to me before, and it was excellent. So, don't ever be afraid to speak your mind. As I said, as long as you're respectful, we give you the same respect back. That's what all this is about, is talking about different theories and whatnot, getting to the truth. So thanks to all the mods, and Dago, your family, and Logan, and the whole panel. So I will end on my movie quote. Let me know when you guys are ready.
And I was born ready.
This is not in the 2000s. It's an earlier movie. So
okay.
All right. See, I'm in charge here. I drop this stick and they pick your friend up here with a sponge. Are you ready to die, friend? Fuck you. Oh, in 200 years, we've gone from I regret, but I have one life to give for my country to fuck you.
Huh. You got us stumped
idea.
at the moment. Do we have a second clue?
Give me. I got a few. but
Amanda
I'm
says
trying to see
speed.
without giving
Is it speed?
Yeah, she got it.
You know, Amanda's just taking that and
Yep.
putting it into ChatGPT and saying, "What movie is this line from?"
Right.
Well, my second quote it's quick. Was going to be, so you're a cop, right? That's right. Well, I should probably tell you that I'm taking the bus because I had my driver's license revoked. What for?
Oh, the bus. Yeah.
Speeding.
Yeah, the bus.
Nice.
Trying to think of that actor's name.
Keanu Reeves.
No, the other one that was driving the bus.
And Sandra Bullock.
No,
Yeah.
the male, the bad guy, the one that was the crazy. Anyways, forget it. It's been a long time since I've seen Speed. The guy driving the bus.
Yeah, it's
famous actor.
not Anthony Hopkins.
No, I know that's where I wanted to go, but I know it's not him. Anyways, fuck.
What's his name?
Dennis Hopper?
Dennis Hopper. Thank you.
Dennis Hopper. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amanda said it, so that's the only way.
Yeah. All right, David, what do you got for
Movie.
closing tonight? You're on big screen, sir.
Oh, sorry. I was writing something down. Anyway, sorry.
I was
guys.
waiting for you to do something really embarrassing. You're full screen.
No, I was writing something down. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us tonight. As always, very much appreciated. Very interesting conversation. You guys were amazing as always. Thank you to Lee and Robin and one for having me. It's always an honor to be able to do this with you. Thank you to the moderators as always. You're all so very amazing. And thank you to all of the, as I call you, the beautiful people. Thank you for all you do in supporting our channels the way you do. You guys are amazing as well. And again, that being said, guys, don't forget to love yourselves, love each other. Don't change nothing because you are the beautiful people just the way you are. Have a wonderful night and God bless.
All right. Thank you very much. And for me, I guess I'll go full screen. I don't know why. But anyways, thank you for coming to another Crimes After Dark and hanging out with our panel. It was a fun off the cuff show. We got birds, we got craziness. It was awesome. It was great. The music was epic. Everything was good about the show. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us another evening on Crimes After Dark. See you tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 Eastern, and maybe we'll roll something else. Maybe we'll get that sizzle reel done that Robin's been working on all day today. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen at the beginning of the show. So check us out tomorrow. Have a great evening, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.